not yet the 30th year. The 30th station where time reverses his light heels to rim both ways, and makes a forward back, whose long coordinates are birth and death and 0 is the origin of breath. Not yet the 30th year of gratitude, not yet suffering but a year's lack, all thanks that mid-mortality is done, that the new breath on the invisible track wins anciently into my father's blood. In the beginning the irresponsible verb connived with chaos, whence I've seen it start riddles in the head for the nervous heart to count its beat on. All beginnings run like water the easiest way, or like birds fly on their cool imponderable flood. Then suddenly the noon turns afternoon, and afternoon like an ill-written page will fade, until the very stain of light gathers in all the venom of the night. The equilibrium of the 30th age, the 30th, not yet the 30th year of wonders, revelations, whispers, signs, impartial dumb truths of sound and sight known beyond speech, immune to common fear. Already the wind whistles the revelations of the time. But I'll go back 70 years and more to the great administrations, yet 6 are gone, and all the public men whom doctrine and an evil nature made were only errand boys beaten by the sun while Henry Adams fuddled in the shade. I've heard what they said, in the running tap drawing water, their watery words, clear like a sad harlot's useless lucid pap. I've heard the Lion of S Street get his cheer, I understood it, the general syllable in a private ear, lost. For who can tell what the goat calls to the heifer, or the hen even to the cock, her love? At 30 years, the years of the Christ, one will perceive, no, report new verity with a certain pen. In the decade from 1851, where was Calhoun, whose bristled intellect Sumner the refined one did not admire? I am convinced 'twas Calhoun who divined how the great western star's last race would run unbridled round our personal defect, grinding its ash with engines of its mind. Too southern and too simple. His death's head uttered a disarray that last day when Senator Mason in a voice to stun read off his speech. Then put Calhoun to bed, they put him in his grave. Does the worm say in the close senate of tempestuous clay that his intellect makes too difficult the grave? As his enemies are life, it's quiet there, for the worm's one fault is not discourtesy. Give worms their dues in case the guest hurried by mortal strife enter the house in muddy overshoes. It was a time of tributes. Let me pay tribute to a man grandfather knew well, or so 'twas said, but one can never tell. A stocky man but slight, no symmetry of face and eye, yet a distinction of the poet against the world. He dreamed the soul of the wide world and prodigies to come, exemplar of dignity, a gentleman who raised the black flag of the lower mind, hated in life by all, in death praised. I cannot yet begin to understand why we are proud that an ancestor knew the crazy Poe, who was not of our kind. Bats in the belfry that round and round flew in vapors not quite wholesome for the mind. After Calhoun, the local tenements of nature, tempered to the exigencies of air and fire, blood with the public sense, diffused, while the black Republicans took a short memory to their hot desire, and on it earned a common entity crying decisions from the evening news. Yet in a year, at 30, one shall see the wisdom of history, how she takes each epoch by the neck and, growling, shakes it like a rat while she faintly mews. Perhaps at the age of 31 shall see in the wide world the prodigies to come, the long gestating Christ, the Agnulus of time, got in the belly of abstraction by ambition, a bull of pious use. O Pasiphae, Mother of God, lest nature, peritonitis or morning sickness stunt the growth of God in an unwholesome juice, eat cannon and corn flakes, that the Lamb, spaceless as snow, may spare the rational earth weary of prodigies, and the holy run to second prodigious, two-legged birth, the signs and portents screaming in the air. The nativity in my 30th year will glow in the heavens, the myriad fireflies at the holy hour hovering round the house will stream in the night like flaming hair, and man will scurry with averted eyes, crouching, peering, silent, a drunken mouse. The orange groves will blossom, the shining sierras kindle all night far as Los Angeles, with a noise, threatening, of wandering bees coining, angry with the air of their carouse. The lamb through the sandpaper gates of life made rougher by the bull's intenser strife will leap, while the wild-eyed Pasiphae by the inscrutable wrath of glory stung. Hears the wise men come swiftly from the sea, the bull smoothly rolls his powerful tongue,